Alright, good morning guys and welcome to another MOTOBOB video. So the camera that I use most of the time when I'm off the bike is this. Come on. Nikon D3300 with a Rode VideoMicro microphone. Let me show you on here. So that's it, that's the windsock, and you can see around the back here that it's mounted on a little cradle like this. And the idea with that is that it isolates the sound of the camera, so auto-focusing and you holding it and pressing it and stuff like that from the microphone, so you don't get any noise. But it kind of has to be flimsy, doesn't it? If it's going to absorb the vibration of the camera moving and those kinds of things, then it has to be thin plastic that flexes. So here's the first one that I had. That's the original Rode one, and as you can see I've tied it together with a bit of string there because it broke. It snapped in my bag. I don't often put my camera in a case, I just throw it in my bag, and so it's inevitable really that it'll break after a while. The problem is these are super expensive to get hold of. I think they're about 25 quid to get shipped from America over here. So my solution to that was to 3D print one, but last week this one broke as well. 3D printing is awesome. So if you go on Thingiverse.com, I think that's like a repository of all of these 3D printing files that people have uploaded. So you can find almost anything, and a guy uploaded the 3D file for the exact thing that I needed to replace, but it even made it a little bit thicker as well so that it was more robust. So you can download the file from there and then go to 3dhubs.com, I think. I'll link to it in the description below. That's like a marketplace for people with 3D printers. So you can send them the file, and they might be in your local area, just someone with one in their house. Pay them a few pounds and they'll print it for you. So a guy just around the corner printed 2 of these for me. So definitely check Thingiverse out, because if you put the make and model of your motorbike in there, there's all sorts of parts, some mods, some replacement plastic parts, key rings, stuff like that, so have a look. And it's really easy to get them printed. The only problem with 3D printing is what it does is essentially lots of little layers. So it's a little bit fibrous, and there's different types of plastics you can use, but this one's all frayed apart because of too much bending and stuff like that. The one that's on there is the other one he printed, which might be slightly stronger, but to be honest, I'm kind of just fed up of them breaking, so I thought a good solution to this would be to use GoPro parts to mount that microphone. So the first one that you will need is some kind of hot shoe mount to fit onto the camera. That's a really simple little one. That's one that you can angle. Not sure how useful that is for a microphone. I pretty much think you're going to want it pointing forward all the time. Then you need a little GoPro adapter for the hot shoe mount, so I'll screw this one on. And then the other thing that I've got is like a handlebar mount for a GoPro. So this will go on a bicycle or motorbike handlebar, but I think you can see where I'm going with this. You can probably slip the microphone into there and clamp onto it. So you've got a hot shoe mount here, something clamping onto the microphone, and then this is the tricky bit. How do you join 2 GoPro mounts together, because they've got the 3-prong parts here, and most of the sort of adapters, connectors rather, have 2 and then 3. So I had to go on eBay, and I found someone in Switzerland, I think, that 3D prints, all about the 3D printing at the moment, a 2-prong to 2-prong, or male to male as they call it, adapter, so that I can attach these 2 together. The reason it's called male to male is because the male one fits inside the female one. Use your imagination. So I just need a couple of bolts, thumb screws like this. Actually, I just had a thought. These are a little bit on the large side, aren't they, these thumb screws? So a while back I bought a bag full of the right bolts that just fit GoPro mounts. So they're a little bit more sleek than those huge bolts, but you just screw those in and then use an Allen key to tighten them up. That's better. Tighten this up. So that's it. All you need is a hot shoe mount, a handlebar mount, and then a male to male adapter. Search eBay for that and I'll link to it below. The obvious drawback of this is that it's not going to isolate any sound, but I'm pretty skeptical about how much those cradles actually do, and the autofocus on the Nikon is so loud that it gets picked up regardless. So for the sake of a quick demonstration, this is how much noise I get from holding it and walking around and talking. With the Cradle, the 3D printed one, like this is me walking, you can't really hear anything, I don't think. Alright, let's try out this mount and see how that goes. Just tighten that handlebar mount up a bit. Don't overdo it, there's no need to squash the mic. I'm going to fit that. Alright, that's it. I doubt there's any difference at all between the sound quality, even if you're walking around like that. Can you really hear anything? I doubt it. So that's how I fixed it. I think that's going to be way better for, especially if you're traveling a lot or just throwing your camera in a bag like I say. So if you've got questions about it, comments below, and if you want to see more videos like this, click subscribe.